Welcome to Vast Finders. Today's video dives into one of the most baffling cases ever recorded. The real-life story of a man who arrived at a Tokyo airport in 1954 with a passport from a country that doesn't exist. No conspiracy theory, no science fiction, just one question that still haunts investigators and mystery lovers alike. Who was the man from Taured? Let's uncover the strange details of this incredible case. The arrival. It was an ordinary summer day at Tokyo's Haneda Airport in 1954. Planes landed. Passengers disembarked. The terminal buzzed with the usual rhythm of travel. But for the customs officers on duty that afternoon, something was about to break the routine. A well-dressed man stepped forward. Mid-40s, sharp suit, neatly groomed beard. He looked like a European businessman. Nothing unusual at first glance. He approached the counter with quiet confidence, handed over his passport, and waited. The officer flipped through the pages. Stamped visas, airline logos, a legitimate document, or so it seemed. But then came the detail that stopped everything. The passport listed his country of origin as Taured. They'd never heard of such a place. Curious but composed, they asked the man to clarify. To their surprise, he looked puzzled. "It's right here," he added, pulling out a map and pointing to a region between France and Spain, exactly where we know Andorra to be. But there was no Taured, not in their records, not in any world atlas, not in the archives of any embassy. The country simply didn't exist. And yet, his passport bore official-looking stamps. His documents seemed genuine. His demeanor? Absolutely convinced. What followed was one of the most baffling encounters in airport history. The passport and papers. The mystery only deepened the more they examined his documents. His passport wasn't just a prop. It was a thick, well-worn booklet, embossed with an unfamiliar crest and filled with years of travel history. Stamps from European countries. Visas from previous trips to Japan. Dates, signatures, ink marks, all in perfect order. Immigration officials scrutinized each page. They looked for inconsistencies, for signs of forgery. But nothing seemed off, except the name of the country, Taured. And it didn't stop there. He carried a leather-bound folder filled with business documents, formal letters from Japanese companies, signed contracts, even plans for meetings scheduled during his current visit. Every document he presented passed initial inspection. No sloppy errors. No cheap forgeries. No foreign language mistakes. Everything looked as if it should belong to a real person from a country that didn't exist. And yet, there he stood, the detainment and disappearance. Confused, alarmed, suspicious, they decided to detain him, for his own safety and theirs. He was escorted to a hotel arranged by immigration officials. A modest room on the upper floor. Nothing extravagant, just a bed, a desk, and one window. That window, by the way, was tightly sealed, impossible to open without shattering the glass. 2 immigration officers were posted outside his door, instructed to watch the room all night. They kept a careful log, took shifts, and checked in regularly. The man inside was calm, cooperative. He even expressed hope that the misunderstanding would be cleared up in the morning. But morning never came for Taured. When the officers opened the door at dawn, the room was empty. Not just empty, untouched. There were no signs of struggle, no forced entry or exit. The window, still sealed. The lock, still secured from the inside. And yet, the man was gone. So was his passport, his documents, his business papers. Every last trace of his existence had vanished along with him. It was as if he had evaporated into thin air, or perhaps returned to wherever he came from. Security launched a full investigation. Hotel staff were questioned. Every room was searched. Airport logs were checked. But no footage showed him leaving. No one ever saw him again. Not in Japan. Not anywhere on Earth. Theories behind the mystery. So what really happened to the man from Taured? Theory 1, a time traveler. Could he have slipped through a rift in time, from a past or future where Taured truly existed? Was he caught in a temporal accident, only to vanish back into his original timeline? Theory 2, a dimensional drifter. Some suggest he came from a parallel universe, nearly identical to ours, except with a different geopolitical history. In his world, Taured is real. He didn't make a mistake. We did. So tell me, what do you think? Was the man from Taured a time traveler, a lost soul from another world, or the creation of our collective curiosity? What do you believe? Drop your theory in the comments.